Soft life. Love, you gotta love, mama, your lover. Love everyone, and everyone you see in this loving world. The things that you do, they will live after you. The things that you do, they will live after you. Be pure in heart, be pure in heart, kind and true. All you do. Oh, you gotta love everyone, and every day you walk, and every lonely place you go. You gotta love, love. You gotta love everyone. Love. Do you want to learn about the facts of life? Do you want to learn about the facts of life? Now, do you want to learn about the facts of life? Oh, I want to walk and I want to set up the devil wall. And I love the world. I never be born in this world. I love. I love. Things that you do, they will live after you. Don't keep it up, don't keep it up. T for man, you're just a part of Babylon's plan. T for man, you even steal a rasta man. Hear me, I ain't no junkie, and I don't use it. No. So he who steals my purse surely steals strength. Mr. T for man, you're just a part of Babylon's plan. Brother T for man, you even steal a needy man. You're just robbing the revenue, and that's a wrong thing to do. But I know that there's some cells empty, waiting for you in penitentiary. T for man, you're just a part of Babylon's plan. Brother T for man, you even steal a rasta man. Don't keep it up, don't keep it up. Give it up and give it up. Just only robbing the poor and then go give it to a store. But I know that there's some centers empty, waiting for you in penitentiary. T for man, you're just a part of Babylon's plan. Brother T for man, you even steal a rasta man down in Babylon. You got to give it up. I said don't keep it up. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa. All right. Yeah, yeah.
many of you have heard his son sing? When you're hearing how the family sings behind their fathers and their mothers, you would think it's a reincarnation in real, isn't it? Huh? I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing sometimes, but sometimes it don't work either. You know? But then again, we can't all be singers and players of instruments, Wordsworths, or even the skills that our parents came with. You know, some of us just don't do. I remember talking with my doctor, and he was telling me about his sons, and he's saying that one, you know, he's going to university, but he's not focused enough. You know, and I said, so what about the other son? He goes, oh, he has no destiny. He has no destiny. Who knows what he's going to end up doing? You know, so it's not everybody follows in the footsteps of their parents in that way there. But then again, that's the beauty of what life is, isn't it? More variety, more choice. Grand risings, my brother. Grand risings.
Rise up, brother Ashton. Boy, you lick me down with some bad tune. Boy, I never want to interrupt you because I say, boy, you're going hot.
Yes, sir.
Tell me something. Mm-hmm. Who sing the tune they play before Gregory? The things you do live after you.
Mm-hmm.
Who sing that?
That's Gregory as well. Yeah, that's Gregory as well. Yeah.
Man, I don't know you find them tune there, but you touch me this morning. You make me feel so bright and warm. You know what I feel?
Mission, as they say, mission accomplished. As they say, mission accomplished.
Now, tell you, man, I don't complaining today. Today is just rise up.
And this is you know something? I've woken with that spirit, and I've been blessed over the last few days, and that's what I want to come and share in this rising part of the show, you know. And
so me touch you already.
Yes, sir.
Symbiotic, man. Symbiotic, them call it.
Yeah,
opposite and equal. The law, the principle of my heart.
Yeah, man. I tell you, listen. There's a thing that I've always said over the years, even though in some states and in the way how it's said, you know, it doesn't sit well with some of us, but I use it as one of my mantras, and it is a genuine feeling for me, and it's one of those things that has been a core appreciation spirit for me, right? And I always say that I'm blessed, right? And the thing is it's not that I'm looking for blessings, it's what has happened. And I am in appreciation of what has happened, right?
All right. So make we change the word there, blessed, to gifted or valued or honored.
Yeah. All of those would
have a problem. We have a problem with this word blessed.
There you go. Exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah, we value, man. We value by the ancestor. We value by the universe. Or the multiverse, and we value by self. And when a man know himself, you know, him not to believe in nothing.
Well, and this is just it, you know. I'm gonna say over the last 5 days, you know, I've just as somebody's coming to my mind, I just reach out, send a message to them, you know, and you know, just a little piece of talk, or I'll call them for a little chat. And you know something, most of those conversations there, them little chat there, it goes into like an hour. You know?
How come you never ring me? How come me I ring you all the time? Eh?
It's not even that, you know. It's not even that, my brother.
No, but me not hush. Me not expose you, pan.
No. It's not even that. It's that because you know I've seemed to be going more.
Brethren, a joke. You know, have a joke.
Yeah, no. It's not that I'm making any excuse. I'm just talking of my journey right now. It's just it seems that I'm going into research into what is the next level of operation for us. You know,
the beginning of wisdom and start
Same.
research. Because
Same.
research is about looking again.
Yeah.
It's
Reviewing.
about digging at the surface.
Yeah.
It's about questioning what you've been given.
Yes. And obviously, when you do those research, then a whole new avenue opens up to you. You know,
get the ha-ha, as them call it in psychology.
Where
you say,
That's
I
right.
saw them do it.
That's right. No. But you know what? And the thing, because I've always had an interest in that, in discovering how things work, and I've been very I've been very privileged.
Man, valued, honored.
Yeah, I've been honored to have had a career that I was in research and development.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was very much in line with what I was always interested in, and being financially rewarded for doing something that you enjoy doing. Right.
Man, that valueness and giftedness.
That's right.
And honoring, and you know it.
Yes.
All them big up word there, no.
Right. And it's not even that. It's the form of expression of development, and even to the extent of that, I've had this strong urge, and this is from last year, right? That I need to have a stronger communication capability, right?
All right.
And in doing that, because we are now hearing what the new generation of Africans are requiring for their guidance and development. Yeah. Right. But unfortunately, our communication or quality of communication, right? And it's not the ability like the technological or anything like that.
Yeah, I get you.
It's the fanatical, the words, the deeper meaning, and then the deeper evolving conversations that is necessary for us to have, right? Is what we are missing, right?
Yeah, because the idea of coming together is converging.
Because the desire,
means you have to have some means of communicating.
That's right. But
if you're not communicating, you're not part of the community. You're not part of the conversion.
And the thing is that what they would do, and I've seen it on so many occasions, right? They will fall back on old habits and repeat old rhetorics just to get their point over, and it doesn't have the impact of what is necessary, right? Because that's
a sign of social conditioning, though.
Yes, exactly. But we have to be beyond that now. We have to live and exist beyond social conditionings, right? And for that to happen, we have to develop our language of communication beyond what we are exhibiting even at this time here.
Yeah, but brethren, we're doing it. You see, this is what I'm saying. When you know yourself, there are restrictions at this present time, and this is why I always focus on emphasizing the need to educate our young, because it is easier to raise strong children than fix broken men. There's a lot of I know Frederick Douglass was right. Because there's a lot of broken men out there, and they're just time wasters.
Yes.
And the time you go and try to to convince them of their corrupt and evil practices and ways.
Mm.
You're just wasting your time and getting nowhere. So
Well,
I focus on self.
well, I would say that, you know, even in being involved in certain projects over my time, you will find that you will make one step forward and 5 steps backwards because of that, right?
Yeah, well, what I
People
find
use
most
things.
rewarding is sometimes, as I used to do some youth work, both voluntary and paid back in the days, and I'm amazed sometimes how many young people have grown up. And I'll be walking in town, and an Indian man would stop me and said, "How are you, Uncle Desmond? Or how are you?" And I'll be going, "Yeah, who are you?" And
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, you used to back in the days, you know." And sometimes I was at an event, and this young lady came up to me and hugged and kissed me on the cheek.
Mm.
And I was wondering, "Who are you?" And she said, "Oh, you remember that conversation we had? I'm a teacher now."
You see?
She couldn't let go of me, you know. And this is how I know that I'm valued and I'm gifted,
Mm.
because I'm able to see the reward. You know, like not many farmers can say them plant a tree and reap the fruit.
Yep.
But it's good when you can see that you've sown a seed of resilience.
Mm.
You've opened their eyes to see potentials when before there was just fatalism. You show the alternative to what could be.
Yeah.
And then a few of them achieve it, and you just feel, yeah, you big up your chest in a nice way.
Well, I would say to you that there was a young man I was having a conversation very similar. I was having a conversation, and it's only a few months ago that I actually met it. I think it was like near the beginning of the year, and I was having a conversation with him, and he was expressing like his interest in getting into a certain trade, right?
Yeah.
And because I had experience in that, and I said to him, I go, do you know me? Do you know me of me from before? And he goes, no. He goes, just having a conversation, and I said to him, I goes, all right. I goes, let me tell you something now. I goes, what you're asking me about that trade, what you're asking about, I've got quite an experience in that, right? He wanted to go into motorsports, right?
Yeah.
And then I said, let me tell you the truth about what that's about, right? So I explained to him the process of how they select, right? And then what they would probably looking for if they're looking for somebody who wants to be involved in the motorsports trade, right?
And you're mentoring him.
Huh?
You're mentoring him.
Yeah. It was just a conversation, right?
Yeah, but this is how it happens. It takes place anywhere.
Right. And he said to me, he goes, you know, sorry, all those things, what you're saying is that I've done most of those things, and like I don't know anybody actually in that trade, right? And I said, well, you do now, right? So he said, okay, then he goes, well, I want to go for McLaren, right? And I said, well, what you got to do? I goes, find out who the boss man is first of all, right? The top 5 people in there. I goes, make sure you know their name, what position, and their career path, right? And I said, when you go in there, you go and you speak. If you're gonna, you know, if you have the opportunity, you go in there and you speak, and all you have to do is say what their career path is, and that is exactly the path you want to take. Right?
You study to show yourself approved.
That's right. Right? And then he looked at me like this, and he goes, yeah, but all I want to do is I go, no, there's not all you want to do. The only people what get in there at the bottom is the ones who want to be on top. Yeah. Right? And I said, when you go in there, everybody is in competition for everything, and you have to be the boss. Right? And he said, okay. I saw him over the bank holiday weekend, and then he came up to me. He was walking in Carnival, right? and he come up to me and he's got a big smile on his face. I said, "How you doing?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I've got something to tell you." He goes, "What?" He goes, I've got an internship with McLaren."
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
I just look at him like this and I say, "I can't believe it." And he goes, "Yeah, man." He goes, "Oh, thank you so much for what you told me. It was perfect. It was perfect." And I said,
Yeah,
I
and you
goes,
see,
"Well, huh?"
this is the kind of thing I was talking about in terms of
Mm,
that feeling in that moment when you know you've planted a seed
mm, mm.
and you've guided someone into some power.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a similar situation with a youth who had done his law degree, done his law practice,
Mm,
but couldn't get a placement
mhm,
because you see that is how they gatekeep against a
mhm.
lot of black graduate becoming
Of course,
qualified
they do
solicitors.
it right across. They do it right across. Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew this person, so I said, look, my son, I know somebody, and I said, look, he's applied all over the place, Birmingham, London.
Mm,
He's getting interview, but no one is taking him on.
mhm,
So I said, well, send him to this place and tell him to prepare this and that. And he's
mhm,
now a senior solicitor with a national firm.
mhm,
Yeah, so it's the guidance that was, as I said at the beginning,
mhm,
the African youth, them and those in the diaspora, they're waking up.
mhm, mhm,
But
mhm.
what they lack is the guidance.
And also the opportunities,
No,
right?
the opportunity is there, my brethren.
No,
The
no,
opportunity has always been
wait a
there.
minute. Wait, hold on, hold on. The reason why I say the opportunities is that we are not in a we are, unfortunately to say, we're not putting ourselves in the position to provide the opportunities for our young people. For
Yeah,
instance,
so go back to the positiveness now.
mm,
We will get ourselves in the position to
yes,
exploit opportunity because to me,
mm-hmm,
opportunity is like a person who wants to go and ride a horse.
mm-hmm,
One come with nothing
mm,
except but they want to go ride the horse. The other one come with saddle and bridle.
mm-hmm.
So when the horse come now, him just saddle up and gone in it. So
Yeah.
if you don't wait for opportunity, you make opportunity.
You see it there, you see it there. You're preempting
That's
my
it.
strike
You have to
now.
be prepared. You have to know what you want to do, and you have to dedicate yourself to pursuing it. I
Mm,
mean,
mm,
writing my books. I couldn't just say, yeah, I want to write a book. Yeah, I wanted to.
mm,
But I had to go to college from GCSE up to A level, up to degrees, up to masters.
mm,
And that's when I felt I was ready to write that book.
mm,
So in
mm,
other words, I had to equip myself with
mm,
the tools so that I was able to apply the tools to the work.
mm, mm, mm,
So I know somebody said, "Oh yes, he just come out of prison." I'm showing him you need to change your life,
mm, mm,
and one way in terms of rehabilitation, you either have to get yourself a sort of a monthly paid job, whatever, so you
mm.
pay your taxes and insurance, or you have to go and learn a new skill.
Exactly. Additional
Now, if
skills.
you don't do either of these things, 5 years down the line, you will be back into prison, and it'll be even harder for you to then make anything of yourself because by then you'd have been in your 40s, and at 40, if you haven't achieved the basic skill of life, then what are you good for?
Well, there's many a youth who was on the right path, and then one
Yeah.
slip, wrong place, wrong time,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the end of their journey on that line, you know.
Yeah,
But
but after a while, you just have to cut them off, you see, because after a while, you have to just stop talking to them.
mm,
Because, you see, in every struggle, there are casualties.
mm,
And then there was a tune I used to hear that 20,000 careless Ethiopian are go down in a Babylon.
mm.
You know? And there's some careless youths out there, but there's even more careless adults.
Mm,
And they're the ones influencing the youths. And when they leave these negative influence, it validates the youth them doing these negative things. So we have to catch the youth, them young, to say, look, you're capable of being a scientist. You're capable of being a doctor. I was talking to a youth once, and he took out his Rizla. So I say, yeah. I say, you want to be a drug dealer? So he looked at me and him laugh. So I say, listen, I challenge you. Go and do your A-levels in chemistry, biology, and them thing there. And go into university and study chemistry. And I said, you can be a legal drug dealer and deal any drugs you want. Him look at me and he say, oh, you're mad. I said, no,
Really?
no. I said,
Really?
you're the one that's mad. Because in a few little while, you'll be paying the police, you'll be paying the judge, you'll be paying the probation, you'll be paying the prison. And everybody will be making money off you and you'll be making none. I said, you're a bad man. I said, when I was a youth, I wanted to be a bad man. And he said, you know what I did? I went and joined the British Army. And I said, I could strip down.
You utilize the skills. Utilize the skills.
Yeah, I could strip down an SLR, self-loading rifle, with my eye blindfolded and put it back together just by feeling the pieces. I said, I had my night vision. So, understanding the environment.
And you know something. This is what used to fascinate some people where I used to work as well, right? Like we would get a vehicle in, right? And they would say, right, we want it to perform. This is the basic nature of the job that I used to do. They would give us a schematics of what they want the vehicle to actually do, right? So we bring a vehicle in, and then we would try to build a vehicle that could do exactly the functions what they wanted, right? Whether it be electronics or mechanical or whatever, they want to test out something, or durability or whatever, right? And obviously when I get a job in, it could probably take like if it's a basic like engine in and out and rebuild, I could take between like 4 days to 4 to 6 days to actually do that and drive and test and everything else, right?
Yeah.
But there would be others who would probably take a month to do exactly the same thing, right? And they'd be fascinated. How could you actually do that then? How can you just get everything just straight in, straight out, and all this type of thing there? And I said, and I told them, I goes, you know what happened is that when I was younger, right, I was always interested in mechanicals, right?
Yeah.
And what I used to do, I used to get like dumped engines and just pull them apart.
Yeah.
You understand? So I was doing that from when I was in school. That was my plating.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Developing your skill.
Right. So when it came to me actually doing the practical things within the school, that was like second nature already. I didn't need to learn that. I just need
to do it, make you even happier.
That's right. I just needed to know the actual theoretical elements of it, right? The different compositions of the materials, the performances, and everything else.
Technicalities.
Yeah, right. So for what they were not looking at, right, is that practicality. I had that hands down already, but as I say, to do the studying for the other side, that was the thing that I found very challenging.
Right.
You understand?
And when you was able to achieve both and combine them, they couldn't stop you.
Exactly. Because there'll be people there.
Yourself because you study to show yourself approved.
That's right.
You see, this is where if there is anything that I could say that right now we as a people need is knowledge, because there was a time when our forefathers and foremothers they dedicated their life to research. How do you think they were able to produce what other people stole and call it theirs, such as mathematics, engineering, geometry?
Yeah.
this is nothing more than observation and experimentation.
Yeah.
They observe something, they put a marker,
Mm.
and they see where the marker move within 24 hours or within 2 sunrise.
Mm.
And then they could say, yeah, the sun traveled this distance, or this is day and this is night. This is where day starts. Because you can't do it without observation. And people haven't got the interest or the time, because what it is, we have prostituted our time
Wow.
to the level where we no longer have any time for ourselves.
You hear that? You hear that, Galaxy family? Oh. And it's so true. It's so true. Let's say, you know, okay then. When I was younger, right? Naivety. This is out of my naivety now, right? And I would say partly before my parents as well, right? They came from Jamaica to over here. They both had experience in running their own businesses, right? And then obviously when they came here, they were de-skilled and became workers, right? Became workers. That's right. They were workers then, yeah. So their mentality and what they saw was that, oh, you need to go and work, so you need to get a craftsman skill, right, an apprenticeship and everything, because that was the level. What they saw was a progress, right? So obviously, so that's obviously they pushed me towards that. Me being the dutiful person that I was at the time. Okay, you know, apprenticeship and all them type of thing there, you know, hardly being paid anything and whatever while doing the apprenticeship. And then you know, obviously you do the apprenticeship for 5 years, and then you come out at the end of it with your degree, and you're still working like a dog for whatever, right? It's only later on when I came into my consciousness of blackness now, right? Realizing that it was a big scam, right? The apprenticeship and all them type of thing there. That was just an extension of the slavery thing, right? Because
I get where you're going with this, but you see, compared to my personal experience, I wanted so badly to be a mechanic. And I got on my bike, as Tibet would say, and I rode around as far as I could go to every garage that I could find. And I remember I went to a garage. It was run by a firm called Kennings. And they asked me to do a test. And one of the questions was, why do people wear clothes? No, you can't get that question right, can you?
No.
Because there's so many different reasons. Reasons why people wear clothes. And I was told, we'll be in touch.
See?
50 odd years later, I'm still waiting that them even gone out of business long time. Dead and buried. So in my frustration, I decided to join to see if the army could provide me with one.
Like a few of my friends them did as well from school, yeah.
Right, so I went up now to sign up to be a mechanic with them. And I remember I was given a test. And at the end of it, this guy with him stripes says, oh, you failed the test by 1 point. But you can be a driver.
See?
Yeah.
In other words, you wasn't the right shade to make it.
Yeah, it's above my station.
Yeah. I know.
So anyway, I say, all right. At least it's dealing with vehicle. So I went and did my driver training, posted to Germany, and I tried to access other courses like welding and so forth, because the oil rigs was in full swing at them time there. And man, did I earn good money, I work on oil rigs. So I say, well, if I get a welding certificate that might help when I come out.
Mm.
Could I get it?
Nope.
Nope.
Close shop. It's close shop.
So,
Close shop.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then when I try to get the heavy goods one, because when I plan to come out, them say, no, you have to wait until you become a lance corporal.
And all the things there. Yeah.
So I study up till I could reach the rank of what they call it, sergeant. I had it in theory. But I could not get my first stripe, which is a lance corporal, so I could get my HGV1. And up to this day, you know what I mean? So in the end, I said, no, man, this is a scam. And I was so angry.
Yeah. The whole system is a scam. The whole thing.
Well, it was. And this is where we need now to be, because the biggest problem I had is I had no one to talk to. There was no one who could guide me, because the one and few black men I saw in the military, they were as dumbed down as everybody else.
Yeah.
In one lance corporal black guy moved into my unit, and within a couple of months he was stripped down to the rank of private.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
See?
And so the frustration. And when you see I went on a course, passed the course, a white guy failed it, and he got promoted.
Oh, no, listen, I've seen it and experienced it all my days. So what I used to do was I go in, do what I need to do, get the information I need to get, and then outside of the work is where I used to earn my piece of money. So like when they come with their overtime, I go, no, thank you.
Yeah, but when I said you were blessed and you were honored, shall I say? You see, you had parents. You had two parents to guide you.
Well, not the parents from separate households, right? So.
Oh yeah, but they were together and supporting you, though.
Yeah.
Right. I had a stepdad who wanted to kill me.
Yeah. See?
So you know what I mean? It's like, but you see, when you're blessed, not blessed, you see all them brainwash me till I can't even get away from them conditioning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's a continual process still. But when I realized how honored and how gifted and talented I was, I started coming to my own, and I stopped being angry.
You see, you hit it.
Stressed out. I stopped abusing alcohol. I stopped abusing the herbs, and I started finding myself.
You start to focus. You start to focus. Yes, right. Start to focus.
So, yeah, it's very difficult if a person don't want to change. It's a waste of time trying to.
No. And the thing is that is when somebody comes into their realization of what their purpose is supposed to be, and they move and they make things and move things into that direction, and they realize that there's a whole system that is there to support them in that. Yeah. Right.
And this is where the youth them need the support system, but instead of them getting it, they're getting criminalized.
Well, the thing is that they're being distracted by the trappings of here and now.
Expensive footwear and
all them things there.
Fast car and all this.
Yeah. All the things that will be out of date and out of fashion within the next 3 years, 2 years, or whatever. Right? And then what do? They just dump them. They just dump those things there. And they say, wait, what's the new thing? What's the new thing? Yeah?
Because it's all, as you said, is rightfully, it's a distraction. And this is why my light is tuned by Ginger. Never Last My Way. It's a powerful tune, brethren, because you see, so many of us are losing and have lost our way.
Yeah.
We no longer value
ourselves. My way. Yes.
Yeah, we don't value ourselves as we used to. And
it's so true. It's so true. We don't. We have the opportunities, but it's for us to see what the value, our true value is, right, and live within our true purpose of who we are. And it's not. And even as I say it, right? I'm hearing I'm hearing the it, that's all fantasy and all them things there. It's not a fantasy. It's the fact is that there are skills that we naturally gravitate to, right? If you
It's
are
in
if
our
you're
nature to be of
That's
certain
right. So
mode.
if you are fortunate enough to identify or for someone to identify you and then to nurture you within your skills, you will see that life is so much more easier and enjoyable in them ways there. You know?
Yeah, because it's only one we have, and it's no good we have to wait till we're dead and then I talk about heaven. No, this is
I know
where
them
we
things
make
there.
our heaven. I mean, we have to come into our heaven.
Yeah, man.
The kingdom is within us all.
All right.
And we have to break away from the enslaved mentality of saying I can't.
Yeah,
When I was growing up as a youth, I remember a poem, a quote the teacher used to get us to repeat, and it was, "Never say I can't, always say I will try."
That's it. Beautiful.
Another one was, "The heights of great one reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were tiling upwards through the night."
See?
We need a revival there again, where children do their homework, where parents teach respect to their children, teach how to behave.
And even to touch on that, right? It's not even a homework. It's to develop their home life that is going to be complementary,
conducive.
That's right.
Yeah, the buzz letters today is CON, isn't it? And it's not the con, but it's the coming together. It's the inner sight.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Yeah, it's conversing. It's converging. You know what I mean? Yeah, just provide the right environment. Give the youth them some homework. When I say homework, I mean, you see, if someone live in a house, there are things to be done in the house.
Yes.
So a child should feel part of that home by having something to do.
Exactly.
Even if it's empty in the bin.
Yeah, and the thing, one of the things, the most of our foundational education should be from our own home anyway.
Yeah, domestic.
Yeah.
How to help how to peel the potato. How to mix the dumpling.
Simple things.
You must have a job in the house, because the only place you don't have a job in a house is when you go to a hotel. You know, when my youth, if you use something and put it in the sink, me say, you have a slave here. I say, what are you leaving it for? Who are you leaving it for? I say, your hands them join church.
All them things there. See?
Yeah.
And this is just it, because, like, I remember some programs years ago when they used to say, all right, then we're gonna leave the children, the adults are gonna go away for a few days, and then we're gonna leave the children with like a weekly budget, and they just live in the house for them. And they used to do that as an experiment, right? Yeah. Much of them wouldn't even know how to make food or breakfast or anything like that.
Yeah, I show my youth. I said, learn to cook at least one pot food.
Yeah.
You can. I said, soup is the easiest. Just put everything in at a certain time and just cook a balanced one pot meal. When you finish eating, don't leave nothing in the sink. Wash up as you go along. Do the hoovering once in a while. Tidy up your room.
All them things there.
No, you see, by doing that, he feels he's part of the household.
Exactly.
It's his home.
Exactly.
But if I allow him to just eat and
lounge around, get up when they want, get up when they want, get up, and all them things there.
He wasn't allowed to do that. But I mean, just not doing anything. No, you have no slave live here. Because when he goes out there, I said, instead of when you go to uni, I said, leave the women them alone till you get to uni. And I said, when you get to uni, instead of straining your budget, you go take some girl out. Invite them for a cook meal that you cook yourself. Or bake a bread. I said, that's the way to romance a girl.
But I got to tell you now, even though we're laughing about it, but and I'm sure that some sisters would turn around and say, you know, something that's probably one of the qualities that they would look for in a man.
Of course they would.
You understand?
Of course they would.
Yeah.
A well-bred man.
Yeah, and that you just look upon them and say how them care themselves, right?
Yeah.
And then if you see them 6 months later, are they in the same state or them struggling? Yeah?
Because I said when you go strain your budget, because you have students, I said, don't take no woman out. Take them in. Cook a meal for them. Let them see how you live. Let them see if you can wash up.
All them things there, and then see if they follow suit as well, because there's some of them is useless right now.
Yeah. I said, make sure them invite you to meet them parents.
All right.
Because you want to see what kind of relationship them have with them parents.
And all them things there. That's one of the foundations, man.
Well, it's not, isn't it? Equip. This is what I'm talking about, the guidance.
What they say, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are.
There you go. You go. It's like I said to him the other day, I said, listen, I said, don't worry about losing friends because
enough of them.
You're going to lose a lot of friends as you progress.
That's right. You evolve into something else and somewhere else.
And they evolve into something else, and you take different paths. But I said you're forced into school to spend time with people, but they're not necessarily your friend. So I said, well, since your GCSE, how many friends have you lost? He said 3. I said, well, by the time you get to uni, you might be lucky to have 1 left.
It's true. So it's true. That's how it go. That's how it go. That's how it go.
I said you'll have the opportunity to make new friends. So I remember once we was in Cyprus, and I said to him, man, go make friends, man. We were on a beach. He said, but I don't know anyone. I said, listen, all you need to do is walk up to someone your age or whatever, and just ask them their name and where they come from and how long they've been here. I said, that's how you kind of make conversation. So he tried it. Couldn't find him most of the time after that.
Exactly.
When we went to Jamaica this year, I tell you, he will meet people from Cayman Island, the USA, Canada.
Everything. Yeah. And that's the beauty of it, is that if you are open in that way there, then you will see how that thing's there. Right. Listen. I'm well into the next segment time. Right. As per usual when we start chat.
Man. We have to talk offline.
Yeah. All right.
It's all good still.
Yeah, man.
Honor and respect.
All right, bless up, man. I tell you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for enlightening this morning's conversation. Right. And we're coming into our midday meditation. This one just covering, just drag me into this side. Anyway, welcome to the midday meditation here on the Galaxy of We.net on the Blacknificent radio show. The midday meditation is a time that we take for ourselves to recenter ourselves, to rejuvenate ourselves, to reinvigorate ourselves. Right? We take this time as we do. On the radio here, we don't do a guided meditation, mainly because I can't see what's happening for you, and I don't want you to be in a trance state all day. So we use this one as a musical journey meditation. Take the time to just slow down, to get in contact with yourself. Take the time to do your breathing exercises, whether it be the fire breath, which really does work to fill and invigorate your lungs and your body, your mind as well, get the circulation going if you've been sitting around all day, right? And it really does help, I can tell you. And also get out there into the sunshine, into the bright day, because I know that, although it was a bit overcast yesterday, well, here in the London area anyway, we got some sunshine. We got some sunshine and some nice warm breeze as well. So let's fill up our lungs with some fresh air, as fresh as it can be. And also, let's get out there and top up our melanin, right? So take off your markers, your sunglasses, and everything. Look to the sun. Look to the sun. Allow the sunlight to come in and recharge your energy cells within yourself, right? So, without further ado, let's take our journey into our midday meditation here on the galaxyafterwe.net, and we start with the power of our breath by just beautiful breathing.
Cried, tossed and turned, woke up with dry eyes, my mind was racing, feet were pacing. Lord help me, please tell me what I have gotten into. Ran my 3 miles to clear my mind, it always helps me out. It's my therapy when I'm losing it, which is usually, hey. I'm on an emotional roller coaster. Loving you ain't nothing healthy. Loving you was never good for me. But I can't get off this emotional roller coaster.